we are starting with factors affecting reactivity. Before going into factors affecting reactivity, we are trying to understand different types of fission of bonds. Fission of bonds का मतलब क्या है? Fission का मतलब क्या है? Breaking. If you are breaking that bond equally, that particular fission is called as homolytic fission. If you are breaking the bond unequally, it is called as heterolytic fission. Homolytic fission कब हो सकता है? Whenever the electronegativity of A is almost equal to electronegativity of B. In that case, the electrons which are present in the covalent bond will be exactly at the center. If they are exactly at the center, whenever I am trying to break such a bond break करने के लिए क्या करेंगे? I will be putting photon or I will be putting some energy. That particular energy is consumed by that particular bond and it will be breaking into two parts. And if that particular bond is breaking in such a way, one of the atom is taking one electron and the other atom is taking another electron, that particular fission is called as homolytic fission. During the homolytic fission, the type of intermediates that are formed, they are called as free radicals. एक specific example ले रहा हूँ. If I am taking ethane molecule and if I am trying to break the bond between carbon and carbon, कार्बन के इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी दोनों कार्बन का इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी सेम ही रहेगा. If I am trying to break such a bond, what will happen? I will be forming C bond H, bond H, bond H. इस कार्बन के ऊपर एक इलेक्ट्रॉन, C इस कार्बन के ऊपर another electron, right? Can you tell me the number of outermost electrons present inside this particular carbon now? Number of outermost electrons. ये जो particular carbon है, it is having 3 bonds. So the number of electrons because of these 3 bonds will be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you are having one more electron which is unpaired. So you are having 7 electrons. यहाँ पे भी इस carbon के ऊपर you are having 3 bonds. Those 3 bonds will contribute to 3 into 2, 6 electrons. And our एक electron है यहाँ पे, so total electrons are 7. So the number of electrons in the outermost shell in case of a free radical is 7 electrons. Can I say that? This is 7 electron species or it is also called as odd electron species. As you are having 7 electrons and in order to have stability you need 8 electrons, it requires only one more electron. So a free radical is highly reactive species. Highly reactive. Why is it highly reactive? Because its octet is incomplete and in order to complete its octet, it requires only one more electron. Okay. How are free radicals formed? Because of homolytic fission. And when can homolytic fission occur? Whenever the electronegativity difference between the bonded atoms is very low. In that case, there can be homolytic fission. What can be the other variation? The other variation is heterolytic fission. Suppose if you are having A and B, and यहाँ पे मैं मान रहा हूँ the electronegativity of A is less than electronegativity of B. In that case, the bonded electrons will be present close to B. इस situation में, if you are trying to break the bond, what will happen? You will have unequal fission that will lead to as A is less electronegative, it will be forming positively charged species, and B is more electronegative, it will be forming a negatively charged species. मतलब क्या हो रहा है? The electrons which are present in the bond, both the electrons are taken by B during the fission. A is losing one of its electron, as a result it is having that positive charge. B is gaining that particular electron, as a result it is gaining that negative charge. Okay, so because of heterolytic fission, we will be forming a cation as well as an anion. Because of heterolytic fission, you will be forming a cation as well as anion. If that particular cation happens to be carbon के ऊपर positive charge आया, in that case it will be called as carbocation. If that particular anion happens to be carbon, मतलब carbon के ऊपर अगर negative charge आया in case, then it is called as carbanion. ओके, यहाँ पे इस केस में एज कार्बन के ऊपर यू आर हैविंग ए फ्री रेडिकल, इट इज कॉल्ड एज कार्बन फ्री रेडिकल. Is that clear? Let us take some specific examples. If you are having C bond H, bond H, bond H, and this particular carbon is attached to chlorine. Out of carbon and chlorine, which is more electronegative? Chlorine is more electronegative. So chlorine के पास partial negative charge आएगा because the bonded electrons will be closer towards chlorine. And carbon के ऊपर partial positive charge आएगा. If I try to break such bond, what will happen? It will lead to the formation of, अभी यहाँ पे carbon के ऊपर you will be having positive charge and chlorine के ऊपर you will be having negative charge. Can you tell me the number of electrons present in the outermost shell of carbon? Number of electrons present in the outermost shell of carbon.
6.
6 electrons. यहाँ पे 3 bonds है and you are having positive charge. कार्बन के outermost electrons कितने होते हैं? 4 होते हैं. उसमें से एक इलेक्ट्रॉन हटा दिया तो you will be getting positive charge. So you are left with 3 more electrons. Those 3 electrons are forming 3 bonds. As a result, you are having total of 6 electrons. So in the carbocation, carbon has 6 electrons, or it is called as 6 electron species. Can I say this is also reactive? Electron deficient, hence reactive. Out of carbon free radical and carbocation, carbon free radical is highly reactive because it requires only 1 electron in order to complete its octet. But in case of carbocation, it requires 2 more electrons. 2 electrons लेने के अलावा 1 electron लेना ज़्यादा easy होगा. Hence, carbon free radical becomes more reactive. Okay, fine. ठीक है. If I'm taking another example, I'm having bond between carbon and magnesium. Magnesium is a metal, so it will be having lesser electronegativity. So in this case, the bonded electrons will be closer towards carbon. So carbon के ऊपर partial negative आएगा and magnesium के ऊपर partial positive आएगा. Okay. यहाँ पे as magnesium divalent है और एक भी ले रहा हूँ Cl. Okay, magnesium 2 bonds बनाएगा ना, एक bond carbon के साथ बनाया, एक bond chlorine के साथ बनाया. Now I am trying to break this particular bond. If I am breaking this particular bond, what will happen? It will result in the formation of carbanion. कार्बन के ऊपर नेगेटिव चार्ज आ जाएगा प्लस मैग्नीशियम के ऊपर पॉजिटिव चार्ज आएगा. एनी डाउट? टेल मी द outermost electrons present in this particular species. कार्बनियन के अंदर कार्बन के ऊपर outermost electrons कितने हैं? 8 electrons है. Those are 8 electrons. You are having 3 bonds. 3 bonds मतलब 3 into 2 2 electrons हुआ. नेगेटिव चार्ज मतलब क्या है? कार्बन का इलेक्ट्रॉन प्लस ये जो मैग्नीशियम का इलेक्ट्रॉन. टोटल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स यहाँ पे देखो आप लोग 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. The 8th electron is of magnesium. Whenever I am breaking the bond, carbon is taking away that particular electron which is of magnesium and it is achieving the negative charge. Okay, so in this case you are having 8 electrons in the outermost shell. So carbon का octet तो complete है, but overall the species is charged, right? As it is charged, this will also be unstable. It will also be reactive. Is that clear? These are the various intermediates which we can form during any organic reaction. You can either have formation of carbon free radical, which is due to homolytic fission, or you can have formation of carbocation, which is due to heterolytic fission, and carbanion, which is also due to heterolytic fission. Carbocation कब बनेगा? Whenever the carbon is attached to any element which is more electronegative than carbon. Carbanion कब बनेगा? Whenever the carbon is attached to any element which is less electronegative than carbon. In that case, if you are breaking the bond, you are forming carbanion. In this case, if you are breaking the bond, you are forming carbocation. So overall, you have three intermediates which we usually encounter. These three are most common intermediates which we encounter. What are they? Either you can have carbon free radical, you can have carbocation. Carbon free radical is 7 electron species, carbocation is 6 electron species, or you can have carbanium, which is again an 8 electron species. Any doubt? Okay. Okay. Let us go to the next section. Now let us start with factors affecting reactivity. In this case, we will discuss about inductive effect. This is the first factor that affects reactivity, which is called as inductive effect. Again, before understanding inductive effect, let us understand or let us revise some concepts of chemical bonding, which is called as bond polarization. Bond polarization versus bond ionization. What happens in a covalent bond? There will be sharing of electrons between two atoms. If the electronegativity of one atom is greater than the electronegativity of another atom, there will be unequal sharing. For a particular bonded electrons, say, those will be drifted either towards A or towards B based on their electronegativities. If electronegativity of A is greater when compared to electronegativity of B, in that case, you will be having electrons towards A, और A के ऊपर partial negative charge आएगा, B के ऊपर partial positive charge आएगा. In this case, that particular bond is called as polar. Okay, the bond is covalent only. The bond is not ionic. The charges which are appearing on A and B are only partial. They are partial because the electrons are only drifted through the covalent bond or through the sigma bond, but they are not transferred. What happens in bond ionization? Matlab, what happens in an ionic bond? There will be complete transfer of electrons. Suppose A is losing its electrons or A is gaining electrons, it will be having negative charge, and if B is losing electrons, it will be having positive charge. Okay, what happened here? There is transfer of electrons. Transfer of electrons leading to complete charges. Or in this case, the magnitude of charge will be very, very high. What is happening here? There is just shifting of electrons. Shifting of electrons leading to partial charges. Okay, clear है? Bond polarization कब होगा? Whenever there is electronegativity difference. Bond ionization कब होगा? Whenever there is formation of an ionic bond. What is the condition for a bond to be ionic based on electronegativity? We have studied this in chemical bonding. Based on electronegativity, what is the condition for a bond to be ionic?
इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी डिफरेंस मोर होना चाहिए.
कितना है? कितना होना चाहिए? It should be greater than 1.7. If it is greater than 1.7, then the bond will be ionic bond. If the electronegativity difference is less than 1.7, the bond will be covalent. Okay. And जितना कम रहेगा उतना ज्यादा कोवलेंट कैरेक्टर रहेगा, and 1.7 के पास में रहा तो it will be having polar nature, or the bond will become polar covalent bond. Okay, ठीक है, ठीक है. Let us take example of an alkyl halide, and we will try to understand what is meant by an inductive effect. What is the general formula for alkyl halide? What is the representation of alkyl halide? Alkyl part is nothing but R and halide is X. This is the general representation of alkyl halide. So if I'm taking an alkyl halide, suppose ये वाला alkyl halide लिया मैंने. Is this particular bond, is this bond a polar bond or a non-polar bond? Polar bond, because halogen is more electronegative when compared to carbon. So because of that, can I say जो halogen है उसके ऊपर partial negative आ रहा है and इसके ऊपर partial positive आ रहा है. Remember, the bond between carbon and halogen is still covalent, it is not ionic. Okay, if it is not ionic, ये जो particular charges है, these are charges which are appearing because of the electronegativity difference, or they are appearing because of shifting of electrons through this particular covalent bond. These electrons or these charges are not because of transfer of electrons. Transfer of electrons कब होगा? If you are having an ionic bond. In that case, the charges are complete. मतलब A के ऊपर complete negative charge आएगा and B के ऊपर complete positive charge आएगा. इस केस में जो भी charges है, these are partial because there is only shifting of electrons through strong covalent bonds. ये जो particular bond है, sigma bond है, it is a strong bond, and you are having shifting of electrons through that strong sigma bond. Hence, the charges which are appearing on these atoms are partial negative and partial positive. Is that clear? Okay. अभी ये जो particular carbon है, now this has become electron deficient. Electron deficient क्यों बना? Because of halogen जो है इसके अंदर से electrons pull किया. If this has become electron deficient, can I say it will try to pull electrons from the adjacent carbon? Can I say that? Okay. But ये जो कार्बन इसके अंदर से जो भी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स पुल करेगा, will that be of greater extent or a lesser extent? सबसे पहले क्या हुआ? Halogen जो है, it is pulling electrons from the carbon because of the electronegativity difference. ये electrons pull करने की वजह से कार्बन के ऊपर partial positive charge आया, or else I can say this carbon has now become electron deficient. Now this particular carbon is trying to pull electrons from this carbon, adjacent carbon. Now the question is, will this carbon pull the electrons to the same extent or to a lesser extent?
lesser extent.
To a lesser extent, because इस कार्बन कार्बन के बीच में electronegativity difference तो नहीं है. The primary reason for the charges on these atoms is because of the electronegativity difference. इन दोनों के बीच में there is no electronegativity difference. As this carbon is achieving partial positive charge, it will try to pull the electron from this carbon. Okay, but it won't be pulling the electrons to that extent. As a result, अभी क्या होगा? इसके ऊपर partial negative आएगा, and इसके ऊपर partial positive आएगा. I am considering this as partial. Delta ही कम है, delta और कम है. Is that clear? अभी ये जो particular carbon है, this also become electron deficient. Electron deficient क्यों बना? क्योंकि ये जो carbon है इसके अंदर से electrons खींच लिया. Now this particular carbon will try to pull the electrons from the adjacent carbon. Again, will that carbon pull the electrons to the same extent or to a lesser extent? To further less extent, can I say that? अभी क्या होगा? Because of pulling of electrons, this will be getting partial negative, and इसके ऊपर partial positive. Okay, what is the overall charge on this particular carbon? It is partial positive minus partial negative. ये दोनों का ऐड कर रहा हूं. partial positive or plus partial negative. Okay, my assumption is delta is much greater when compared to delta, which is much greater than delta. Okay, समझ में आया? अभी overall partial positive plus partial negative. Can I say that this is almost equal to partial positive only? क्योंकि ये बहुत कम है इसके comparison में. Can I say that? Similarly, इसके ऊपर what will be the net charge? What will be the net charge on this? It will be partial adding to this, which is almost equal to delta positive.
Yes.
Clear है? Assumption क्या है? As you go away from this particular halogen, the charges which are appearing on the carbon keeps on diminishing. Why are they diminishing? Because ये जो particular carbon इसके अंदर से जो भी electrons खींच रहे, the reason is because of this carbon becoming electron deficient. It is not because of any electronegativity difference. दोनों कार्बन के बीच में electronegativity difference है ही नहीं. Okay, it is pulling electrons from this carbon because this carbon has become electron deficient because of this halogen. I hope this is clear. So as you go away from this particular halogen, the charges which will be appearing on the carbon keeps on decreasing. Delta ही कम मानते हैं हम, delta और कम होगा, triple delta और कम रहेगा. So after the third carbon, the charge which will be present on the fourth carbon will be 4 times delta positive, right? Which is very less. So after the third carbon, we usually neglect the inductive effect. इस third carbon के ऊपर भी इसके ऊपर कुछ तो charge develop होगा, but that particular charge is very much insignificant. Need not represent that particular charge on this carbon. Is that clear? Okay. This particular effect in the carbon chain, you are inducing some charges. If you don't have this particular group attached to this carbon chain, एक बार ऐसे देखो. I am not attaching that particular halogen to this carbon chain. In that case, will these carbons have any charge on them? No, right? Because of attachment of this particular halogen to this particular carbon chain, this carbon is initially getting the charge and it is pulling the electrons from the adjacent carbons. As a result, these carbons are also attaining some charges, or the charges got induced. Okay, initially there are no charges. Because of attachment of this group, the entire carbon chain is getting some charges, and in the entire carbon chain, we are interested only in the first 3 carbons. After the third carbon, the charge will be very much less, or it becomes insignificant. Okay, so inductive effect जो भी है, it is seen in the first 3 carbons. The charges will be induced on the first 3 carbons, and as you go away from this particular group, the effect of the or the magnitude of the charges keeps on diminishing. Is that clear? अभी इस particular effect में हमको कुछ points याद रखना है. Is this particular effect a temporary effect or a permanent effect? मतलब वो जो charges है, will the charges be present on the carbon always, or will they appear suddenly? कुछ time के बाद आएगा, कुछ time के बाद गायब हो जाएगा, ऐसा कुछ होगा?
Temporary.
Temporary. Why are you saying it as temporary?
वो induced charge है.
Induced charge though है, as long as this X is attached to this particular parent chain, you will always have these charges on the carbon. These charges will be present on the carbon always. They are permanent charges. Unless and until you are not removing this particular halogen group, the charges won't be disappearing. Okay. So the charges will be permanent, or the effect is called as permanent effect. Is the effect a weak effect or a strong effect? Weak और strong कैसे compare करेंगे? Based on the magnitude of the charges. आपको क्या लग रहा है? Is the effect a weaker effect or a stronger effect?
Weaker effect.
It is a weaker effect because the charges that are appearing on the carbon are partial. Partial delta, partial delta, partial delta. Okay, and ये weak effect किस वजह से हुआ? Because there is only shifting of electrons. The electrons are just shifting through strong covalent bonds. There is no transfer of electrons. If you are having transfer of electrons, in that case you will be having complete charges. But in this case there is just shifting of electrons or migration of electrons, and the migration is happening through strong sigma bonds. We know that sigma bonds are strong. If sigma bonds are strong, उस bonds के through electrons को shift करना मुश्किल ही रहेगा. Okay, the electrons are not completely shifted, are not completely transferred, they have just shifted. Okay, they are just migrated. Hence the charges on the atoms are partial. Is that clear? So ये जो inductive effect है, you can write some points. Inductive effect is, first of all, it is a permanent effect. It is a permanent effect. The next point is, it is a weak effect. Why is this weak effect? As
Charges are partial.
electrons are only shifted through strong sigma bonds, leading to partial charges. Okay. Induced charges keeps on diminishing. Induced charges keeps on diminishing as we go away from the polarizing group. This X is called as polarizing group. Okay. As we go away from the polarizing group, after the third carbon, induced charges almost become zero. Can I say that? Induced charges almost become zero. Is this clear? Okay. With respect to inductive effect, हम दो ग्रुप्स के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे. One is called as electron releasing group. Abbreviated as ERG, electron releasing group. And the other set of groups are electron withdrawing groups. Electron withdrawing groups. If you go to the initial example, in this example, ये जो X है, this X is withdrawing electrons from the carbon chain. As a result, it is achieving that negative charge. So this group X is called as electron withdrawing group, and it is withdrawing electrons using inductive effect. Okay, hence this group is also termed as electron withdrawing group with respect to the inductive effect, and it is written as minus I group. This is called as minus I group. माइनस आई ग्रुप करके इसलिए बोल रहा हूं, as it is withdrawing electrons, ग्रुप के ऊपर नेगेटिव चार्ज आएगा, hence it is called as minus I group. And as it is withdrawing electrons through inductive effect, I am giving the symbol I. Okay. ये जो पर्टिकुलर कार्बन चेन को देखो, this particular carbon chain is giving away the electrons, or else the carbon chain is achieving that positive charge. So this carbon chain is called as electron releasing group because it is giving away the electrons. Okay, or else this is given the symbol plus I. This carbon chain is releasing electrons with the help of inductive effect, and at the end of the effect it is having positive charge. This halogen is withdrawing electrons with the help of inductive effect, and at the end of the effect it is achieving that negative charge. Okay, all the groups which releases electrons through inductive effect, what is meant by through inductive effect? They will be shifting the electrons through strong covalent bonds. Okay, all the groups which releases electrons through inductive effect are called as plus I groups. All the groups which withdraw electrons with the help of inductive effect, they are called as minus I groups. We define two sets of groups, plus I groups and minus I groups. What is a minus I group? A minus I group withdraws electrons through inductive effect. What is a plus I group? A plus I group releases electrons through inductive effect. An alkyl group, ये जो carbon chain है, it is giving electrons ना, or else उसके ऊपर positive charge आ रहे ना. An alkyl group is treated as electron releasing group. Okay, clear? Okay. What is meant by an electron releasing group? Release electrons into the carbon chain or else we say that particular group is showing plus I effect. Okay, electron withdrawing group matlab withdraw electrons from the carbon chain or we say that particular group is showing minus I effect. Is this clear? अभी और एक बार, इससे पहले let us understand one more thing. Effect of branching. Effect of branching मतलब क्या है? If you are having branches on the carbon chain, यहाँ पे कार्बन है, यहाँ पे कार्बन है, यहाँ पे कार्बन, यहाँ पे कार्बन, यहाँ पे मान लेते हैं halogen. The carbon which is directly attached to the halogen will be achieving partial positive charge. Okay, इसके attached carbons जो भी रहेगा, all of them will be achieving partial positive charge. Okay, partial positive partial, ये भी partial. इसके attached जो भी carbons रहेगा, all of them will be achieving partial positive. तीनों carbons को. Okay, this is the effect of branching. An alkyl group is nothing but an electron releasing group. Why am I calling it as electron releasing group? Because the overall alkyl group is having positive charge. It is donating electrons. As a result, it is having positive charge. Is this clear? We will try to understand which particular alkyl group will be having more plus I effect. Suppose if I have a 3-degree alkyl group, everyone concentrate, important है ये वाला part. And you are having a 2-degree alkyl group, a 1-degree alkyl group, and a methyl alkyl group. Okay, all of them will be showing plus I effect because it is an alkyl group. Alkyl group के ऊपर का overall कौन सा charge आएगा? Positive charge आएगा. If they are showing plus I effect, एक बार ये सब देखो, this particular carbon will be giving electrons to some group, and to this particular carbon you are having 3 more carbons attached to it. So overall 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons will be releasing electrons into the group. Can I say that? In this case, overall, you will be releasing electrons because of only 3 carbons. इस case में the electrons will be released into this particular group because of only 2 carbons. In this case, only 1 carbon is releasing. So can you tell me the order of inductive effect? All these are plus I groups because all of them are releasing electrons. What will be the order of inductive effect? This particular group will be releasing electrons more when compared to 2 degree, 1 degree and methyl. I'm calling this as 3 degree because this carbon is attached to 3 more alkyl groups. I'm calling this as 2 degree because it is attached to only 2 carbons. This is 1 degree and this is methyl. What is meant by 3 degree carbon? The carbon which is attached to 3 more carbons, it is called as 3 degree carbon. This is a 2 degree carbon because it is attached to 2 other carbons. This is a 1 degree carbon because it is attached to only 1 carbon. This is called as methyl. What is the order of inductive effect among these groups? A 3 degree greater than, 2 degree greater than, 1 degree greater than methyl. Because in this case, a carbon there are electrons as well as these 3 carbons attached to this carbon also giving electrons. Can I say that? Any doubt? Any doubt, anyone? Rudra?
No, sir.
Sir,
Sir, voice.
your mic is off, sir.
एक मिनट और डिस्कनेक्ट हुआ. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Give me 2 minutes. And whenever you have inductive effect inside the molecule, you will be defining 2 groups, plus I groups as well as minus I group. What is a plus I group? The group which donates electrons. What is a minus I group? The group which withdraws electrons. Is that clear? ठीक है. Let us see some examples for electron releasing groups. Electron releasing groups. What is meant by an electron releasing group? What is an electron releasing group? Samruddhi? Srijit, what is an electron releasing group?
सर मैं डिस्कनेक्ट हुआ था थोड़ी देर।
Ashwin, what is an electron releasing group?
Sir, plus I group.
Plus I group or the group which releases electrons. Okay, the group which releases electrons into the carbon chain, it is called as electron releasing group. If it is releasing electrons through inductive effect, हम इसके बाद और भी effects पढ़ने वाले हैं, which is called as resonance effect and hyperconjugation. If something is releasing electrons through inductive effect, it is called as plus I group. If something is withdrawing electrons through inductive effect, it will be called as minus I group. Okay. I am writing examples for plus I groups. आयुष बहुत हंसी आ रहे तुम्हें, बहुत रुक रहे, पता नहीं. I don't know why you are trying to hide your smile. Okay, electron releasing groups के लिए examples दे रहा हूँ. O negative carboxylate, C double bond O minus. And अभी हमने देखा 3 degree is having more electron releasing power when compared to 2 degree, 1 degree, and then methyl. Okay, and the order of electron releasing power among these groups. ये जो O minus है, A greater than, carboxylate greater than, 3 degree greater than, 2 degree greater than, 1 degree greater than methyl. एक बार let us try to understand why this O minus is acting as electron releasing group. अभी ये जो particular O minus है, this is having excess of electrons, negatively charged है ना? Okay, negative charge मतलब वो खुद का electron तो नहीं है. So it will always try to release the electrons, right? Hence it is acting as electron releasing group. As this is negatively charged, it is having the highest electron releasing power or the highest electron releasing tendency. ये जो CO minus है, ये भी overall negatively charged है, but this O minus is not directly attached to this carbon chain. This is attached to C double bond O, which is attached to carbon chain. As a result, इसका electron releasing tendency जो है, इसके comparison में थोड़ा कम हुआ. इस केस में the negative charge is present directly on the atom, which is attached to the carbon chain. इसलिए इसका electron releasing nature सबसे ज़्यादा है. You need to know the order of electron releasing nature. O minus greater than carboxylate greater than 3 degree greater than 2 degree greater than 1 degree greater than methyl. What is the reason for this? 3 degree में you are having 4 carbons which are releasing electrons. In this case, you are having only 3 carbons. In this case, 2 carbons. In this case, you are having only 1 carbon. Is that clear? Okay. Overall, this will be greater than tritium, greater than deuterium, greater than hydrogen. Tritium, deuterium, hydrogen, these are isotopes of hydrogen. From this particular order, can we say heavier is the isotope, more will be the electron releasing nature? Tritium is the heaviest, followed by deuterium, uske baad hydrogen. So heavier is the isotope, more is the electron releasing nature. Okay. So based on this, I can also say, suppose आपको ऐसा कुछ question दिया है. What is the electron releasing nature among CT3, CD3, and CH3? Can you tell me the order of electron releasing nature?
CT3 gets great.
CT3 greater than, CD3 greater than CH3. क्योंकि इसमें tritium है, which is having highest mass. Heavier is the isotope, more will be the electron releasing nature. So CT3 greater than, CD3 greater than CH3. And this hydrogen is reference. Okay. With respect to hydrogen, we will be measuring the electron releasing natures of all other groups. मतलब क्या है? हाइड्रोजन को ऑक्सीजन के साथ बॉन्ड बना दो, फॉर्म द बॉन्ड, ऐसा कुछ. H bond O minus. In this case, oxygen will be releasing electrons to hydrogen. Similarly, form the bond with this HC double bond O minus. Compare which is releasing more to hydrogen. Okay. O minus will be releasing more and more electrons to this hydrogen when compared to CO minus. Similarly, as सारे groups को attach करके, we will be measuring the electron releasing tendency. The group which releases electrons more and more to this particular hydrogen will be having more inductive effect. Is that clear? हमको क्या करना है? हाइड्रोजन और इस O minus के बीच में बॉन्ड बनाना है. If this hydrogen is pulling electrons from this particular thing, this hydrogen will be acting as electron withdrawing group and O minus will be acting as electron releasing group. Hydrogen is acting as reference here. With respect to hydrogen, we are measuring the inductive effects of all other groups. Is that clear? If you are done with your texting, I hope this is clear to everyone. Okay. सब लोग जो WhatsApp पे मैसेजेस कर रहे हैं आप लोग के फ्रेंड्स के लिए, if you are done with that, I hope this particular order is clear to everyone. O minus सबसे ज़्यादा, then carboxylate, then 3 degree, 2 degree, 1 degree, methyl, tritium, deuterium, and hydrogen. Heavier is the isotope, stronger is the electron releasing tendency. Okay. ऐसा ही you need to remember. Very very important. Electron releasing groups के लिए order याद रखना आसान ही है. Oxide, उसके बाद carboxylate, then 3 degree, 2 degree, 1 degree, methyl. But in case of electron withdrawing groups, वो जो particular order है, electron withdrawing groups, they show minus I effect. The order is NR3 positive. Then you have nitro group. Then you have CN, fluorine, C double bond O, OH. Then you have ketone or aldehyde. Then you have chlorine, bromine, iodine. Then you have OH, OR, C6H5, alkyne, alkene, and finally again hydrogen. Hydrogen is again treated as reference. With respect to hydrogen, you are measuring the electron withdrawing nature of all these groups. Let us try to understand. अभी नाइट्रोजन के ऊपर पॉजिटिव चार्ज है ना. Nitrogen is electronegative. Nitrogen, if you are having neutral nitrogen only, it will be withdrawing electrons from the carbon because nitrogen is more electronegative. अब नाइट्रोजन के ऊपर पॉजिटिव चार्ज आ गया, so it has become highly electron deficient. So it will try to pull more and more electrons from the carbon chain. Hence इसके लिए सबसे ज़्यादा है. NO2 का आप लोग स्ट्रक्चर ड्रॉ किया तो you will have something like this: N double bond O, bond O minus, and nitrogen के ऊपर positive. This is the structure of NO2. So even in NO2, nitrogen के ऊपर positive charge है, hence it is acting as electron withdrawing group. But bottom में oxygen के ऊपर negative charge भी है, so this particular oxygen is relatively giving some electrons to this nitrogen because O minus is electron releasing ना. So इसके comparison में this is having less electron withdrawing nature. C triple bond N, CN is C triple bond N. ये जो particular carbon है, इसका hybridization sp हो गया. As the s character increases, the electronegativity increases. So this particular carbon will be acting as electron withdrawing group. It will be withdrawing electrons from the carbon chain. Fluorine more electronegative than carbon, hence it will be acting as electron withdrawing group. C double bond OH. Remember, CO minus जो है, it is electron releasing group because it is having excess of negative charge. COH is neutral. This is acting as electron withdrawing group. A withdrawing group जैसा क्यों act कर रहे हैं? OH जो है, it will be withdrawing electrons from this particular carbon, or this oxygen is also withdrawing electrons from the carbon. So this carbon will be withdrawing electrons from the carbon chain attached to it. Okay, COH is also electron withdrawing group. C double bond O, electron withdrawing group. Chlorine more electronegative, bromine electron withdrawing, iodine electron withdrawing. So this is the order of the electron withdrawing nature. You need to remember this. Okay, we will be seeing applications of this particular inductive effect in the next lecture. So उस lecture में questions आप लोग को solve करने के लिए you will be requiring the order of this particular inductive effect. If you don't know which particular group has greater inductive effect, you may not do the question. You may not solve the question. Is that clear? अभी देख लेते हैं, एक application देखते हैं. उससे पहले एक problem solving tip. We will be using this problem solving tip later. Electronegativity of sp hybridized carbon is greater than electronegativity of sp3 hybridized nitrogen. Very, very important problem solving tip. If you are having elemental carbon and elemental nitrogen, what is the order of electronegativity? It is carbon less than nitrogen. Carbon का आपको nitrogen is 3 and carbon is 2.5. Okay. The electronegativity of elemental carbon is less than electronegativity of elemental nitrogen. But whenever you have hybridized carbon, if you are having sp hybridized carbon, in sp hybridized carbon, the S character of percentage S character is 50%. In sp3 hybridized nitrogen, the percentage S character is 25%. हमने स्टार्टिंग में ऐसा भी कुछ पढ़ा. As the percentage S character increases, the electronegativity increases. Okay, इसमें 50% है S character and इसमें 25% है. So sp hybridized carbon becomes more and more electronegative when compared to sp3 hybridized nitrogen. ये याद रखना, बाद में यूज करेंगे. Okay, ठीक है. We will go to applications of inductive effect. Before going to applications of inductive effect, anyone please tell me all important points of inductive effect. Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi.
Sir,
हाँ बताओ.
first we have to recognize if it is an alkyl halide.
सबसे पहले अल्काइल हैलाइड मैं एग्जांपल दिया आपको इंडक्टिव इफेक्ट समझाने के लिए. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है केवल अल्काइल हैलाइड्स में इंडक्टिव इफेक्ट होगा. दिस इज द मोस्ट इजी एग्जांपल इन व्हिच वी कैन ऑब्जर्व द इंडक्टिव इफेक्ट, क्योंकि ये जो पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप्स दिया है ना यहाँ पे, इवन दीस ग्रुप्स आर शोइंग इंडक्टिव इफेक्ट. ओके, सो अल्काइल हैलाइड उसमें फ्लोरीन, क्लोरीन, ब्रोमीन, आयोडीन इनके साथ बॉन्ड बना के आपको एग्जांपल जैसे समझाया.
हाँ.
Okay, inductive effect जो है, whenever the carbon is attached to any other group which is more electronegative than the carbon or less electronegative, there will be occurrence of inductive effect. ये होगा ही है.
Yes sir.
ठीक है बताओ.
तो फिर सर permanent effect मतलब
it is a permanent effect. Okay, the charges appearing on the carbons will be permanent. Okay.
मतलब जब वीक इफेक्ट होगा तो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स शिफ्ट होंगे और स्ट्रॉन्ग सिग्मा बॉन्ड्स फॉर्म होंगे, पार्शियल चार्ज जो फॉर्म करेंगे. मतलब अगर वीक इफेक्ट है तो इलेक्ट्रॉन शिफ्ट होके स्ट्रॉन्ग सिग्मा बॉन्ड्स फॉर्म करेंगे.
एक मिनट फिर से एक मिनट. मैं जो समझाया था उसका मतलब ये है, सपोज ए बॉन्ड बी है. ओके, ए और बी के बीच में ऑलरेडी सिग्मा बॉन्ड है एंड सिग्मा बॉन्ड्स आर स्ट्रॉन्ग बॉन्ड्स. एंड इंडक्टिव इफेक्ट क्यों हो रहे हैं? बिकॉज ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी डिफरेंस बिटवीन ए एंड बी. बी, if B is more electronegative than A, the electrons which are present inside the covalent bond are shifting towards B, and the electrons are shifting through a sigma bond. ये जो particular bond है, this is a sigma bond,
हाँ
and sigma bond is a strong bond. As
yes
sigma bond is strong bond, the migration of these electrons will be weak, relatively weak.
yes
As a result, इनके ऊपर जो भी charges आ रहे हैं, the charges are becoming partial charges आ रहे हैं. ये strong bonds होने के वजह से ये shift उतना ज्यादा हो नहीं पाया, and as the shift is not so much, the charges appearing on the atoms are partial. Because of that particular reason, it is a weak effect.
yes
Okay, अब समझ में आया?
हाँ सर.
ठीक है. और
जैसे जैसे हम पीछे चले जाते हैं मतलब सेकेंड थर्ड या फोर्थ पोजीशन पे, वैसे वैसे इंड्यूस चार्ज कम होता रहता है और एक प्लेस पे वो ऑलमोस्ट 0 हो जाता है.
very good. After third carbon, we consider the charges appearing on the carbon as 0.
हाँ yes.
Okay, good.
और
whenever inductive effect happens in any molecule, we define two types of groups, plus I group and a minus I group. A plus I group loses electrons and खुद के ऊपर positive charge आएगा. A minus I group accepts or withdraws electrons, खुद के ऊपर negative charge आएगा.
हाँ
Okay? So
Yes,
सारे
sir.
plus I groups के order आपको पता होना चाहिए. And most common order तो ये है 3 degree greater than 2 degree greater than 1 degree greater than methyl, because as the number of carbon atoms in the chain increases, the inductive effect increases. क्योंकि उतना ही ज़्यादा carbons electrons देने लगेगा. As the number of carbon atoms decreases, inductive effect decreases. Okay?
yes
And
sir.
ये दो groups से, as they are negatively charged, they are acting as electron releasing groups. In electron withdrawing groups, again I have given several electron withdrawing groups and उसमें order भी दिया है आपको. You need to remember the order among these groups. Very important. Okay? वो क्यों important है अभी देखते हैं. Let us compare. Let us see some applications of inductive effect. One is for comparing acidic and basic strength. Acidic and basic strength. इसमें जनरल पॉइंट ये है, इफ यू हैव माइनस आई ग्रुप्स मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉन विथड्रॉइंग ग्रुप्स हो गया. माइनस आई ग्रुप्स इंक्रीजेस एसिडिक स्ट्रेंथ and they decrease basic strength. If you have plus I groups, they decrease acidic strength and they increase basic strength. Very important. Minus I groups increases acidic strength and decreases basic strength. Plus I groups decreases acidic strength and increases basic strength. अभी एक example देता हूँ आपको और इसका reason आपको कल समझाऊंगा. But now let us see an example. I am taking 3 compounds, CH3, HC, double bond O, OH, CH3, C double bond O, bond OH, CH3, CH2, C double bond O, OH. Okay. All these are carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids are acidic in nature. So the acidic part of the carboxylic acid is this COH. ये सारे carboxylic acids किस reason के वजह से acidic है? Because of presence of this COH. What is an acid? An acid is one which can give H positive. An acid is one which can give H positive. All these are carboxylic acids. If they give H positive, what will happen? They will convert into HC double bond O, bond O minus plus H positive. In this case, they will convert into CH3, C double bond O minus plus H positive. This will convert into CH3, CH2, C double bond O minus plus H positive. If you observe, सब में इस जो CO minus है, ये तो common है ना? Can you see that? I want to compare among these three acids, which is a stronger acid. So compare using the groups which are attached to it. इस केस में हाइड्रोजन अटैच्ड है, इस केस में CH3 अटैच्ड है, इस केस में C2H5 अटैच्ड है. Can you tell me the order of plus effect among these groups? Can you tell me the order of plus effect among these groups?
लास्ट वाला ग्रेटर देन
CH3 CH2 सबसे ज्यादा होगा because इसमें कार्बन एटम्स ज्यादा है. more are the carbon atoms, more will be the plus effect. उसके बाद CH3 ज्यादा होगा. हाइड्रोजन इज कंसिडर्ड एज रेफरेंस, सो सबसे लीस्ट होगा. यहाँ पे पॉइंट क्या लिखा मैंने? प्लस आई ग्रुप्स, दिस इज प्लस आई ग्रुप. प्लस आई ग्रुप्स डिक्रीजेस एसिडिक स्ट्रेंथ एंड इंक्रीजेस बेसिक स्ट्रेंथ. वी आर कंपेयरिंग द एसिडिक स्ट्रेंथ. सो कैन यू टेल मी ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ plus I groups, what is the order of acidic strength among A, B, and C? It has to be A greater than B greater than C, right? Because C is having plus I group, highest plus I group. Plus I groups decreases acidic strength. We will try to understand the reason for this in next lecture. But abhi ke liye, what is the application of inductive effect? Plus I groups decreases acidic strength and minus I groups increases acidic strength. First of all, we need to conclude that all these three are acids. Why are they called acids? Because they are able to give H positive. Okay, this is the carboxylic acid. If I am taking away H positive, this will be converting into HCO minus. This will be converting into CH3CO minus. This is converting into C2H5CO minus. CO minus तो सब में common ही है. So you need to compare based on the groups attached to that CO minus. In this case, it is attached to hydrogen. This is attached to CH3. This is attached to C2H5. Okay. Electron releasing groups decreases acidic strength. इतना ही याद रखना. So all these three are electron releasing groups. Hydrogen तो reference हो गया. C2H5 is having more electron releasing power when compared to CH3. As this is releasing electrons more and more, it will be decreasing acidic strength more and more. So this will be least acidic, followed by this. As this is reference, this will be strong acid. So HCOH greater than CH3COH greater than C2H5COH. Is that clear? इसका reason क्या है? We will understand this in the tomorrow's lecture. Okay.